DJ, how you doing, buddy? DJ, how you doing, buddy? Hey, TJ, what are you up to? Can you jump on the channel and kind of hold it for me while I go relieve myself? I got this thing going on. I hate to ask you, but man, I'm puckered. Good morning, Waypoint. I know me, just a minute. I don't know if I got a minute, TJ. Whoa. Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Go ahead.
Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute.
Roger, copy over.
Oh, another hot day in Florida. Hey, Frank, how's it going? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a kind of an emergency. The bathroom is calling me really bad, and I'm puckered up, and I'm just as soon as TJ gets here, somebody can come on the channel and just be here until I get back. I'm not going to leave, but I'm going to leave. TJ,
Word up.
hey, I gave him made you co-host. Right back.
Uh-huh. Shit. The Browns are calling. The Browns are calling. What's up, Dan? Yeah, it's been quite it was actually raining here last night. It was pouring. I think we're supposed to get some more rain today sometime. So what's everybody up to today or this morning? Dan, I saw your short about watching your food in the microwave. That was pretty good. But I heard that's bad for your um like the microwaves, like bad for your body to watch the food or whatever rotating around in the microwave, but it's not really good for your health or whatever. Dusty, what's up, buddy? Yeah, for now I'm waiting for Paul. He had to go have a meeting with the Browns, so had to go drop the Cosbys off. Uh, That's it. That's it. It's the name of the show. Saturday morning show with TJ. Crazy fun time. Woohoo! Yeah, I think it's about maybe I don't know, maybe 70 something degrees outside today here in Florida. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here today too. I got a weather notification said rain this afternoon, so supposed to go over to Maddie's house this morning after I pay bills, but I don't know, we'll see. 73, that ain't cold. Come on, Dusty. Burr. I think I need to get a haircut today. My hair is just out of control. Like a friggin' chia pet over here. Chi in it for a while. Yeah, that we do. We gotta make them jealous because they're freezing up there and it's all warm down here. So we gotta bust their chops here and there. All right, hold on, guys. Hey. Nothing really.
Pull up your my calendar because I've got it marked down that we need to take care of today. Okay. All right, let's go on to your Synovus account. Your house looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Was Linda a big help?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I'll come over probably Monday after tennis and take care of that, and we'll call Mr. Cooper too. Oh, I got to get out resume right now. That's right.
Oh my. Is TJ still here? Not so much, huh? Well, I'm sorry about leaving the screen blank. I had a bathroom emergency. So, how's everybody doing? Anybody like to join this the chat? You just click on the up at the top of the chat there and come on board. I'll tell you what, this I'm getting over the UTI, but all of a sudden, every once in a while, I get this explosion. This was the first explosion I've had since I got out of the hospital over a week ago. So,
How's it going?
hey, how you doing?
Eating my breakfast. I gotta take Kelsey driving later.
Oh, you got to take Kelsey drive. What is she practicing for a license?
Yeah,
Oh,
I go over to the mall and take her around the mall.
yes, I did eat breakfast this morning. East Coast Thrills. I had a breakfast bowl. Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowl. Yeah, does Zoom keep turning down your microphone? Because I can hardly hear you.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I was doing that to everybody's mic yesterday.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yep, that's a lot better.
What's up, TJ, Brian, Dan? Let's see, we got Jody. And we got Dusty. What's up, guys?
Yeah, they're all here. Yeah, Frank, that's exactly what I have. I have the freezer full of Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowls. I buy them in the 8-pack from Sam's Club.
I like getting those once in a while because you can take
Well,
those and you
I-
cook them up, throw them in a tortilla, a little bit of extra cheese, and you got a breakfast burrito ready to go.
Yep. They work out well for me because, like I say, pop them in the microwave, cook them up, and eat them. And I don't have to the mess and all the other stuff. I'm gonna show you my snow here.
What's up, Jonathan?
Okay, screen share. Here we go. Share. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's the snow. I hate it. I hate it. I went out and swept this area here with the broom. Neighbors probably thought I was crazy. I was out there in my underwear and the slippers.
Anywhere you live, you're gonna deal with some kind of weather you don't like. Like down here, I hate the heat.
Oh, yeah,
Brutal
I
in
agree
Florida.
because when I lived in Kansas City for a couple of years, it would get muggy hot in the summertime. To the point where you'd run from your air conditioning out to your air conditioned car into an air conditioned building and back and forth, you know?
That's like, yeah, down here, the winters or the summers are pretty brutal down here.
Hey, Jonathan Jackson. He says, sorry, Justin, he passed out last night.
Oh, you're good, bro. We didn't stay on very long after you disappeared anyway, so. Lloyd came on my panel last night.
Who did?
Lloyd did.
Oh, Lloyd was on? Oh, good for
Yeah.
him. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing as best as he can do. Can be. So.
The
Yeah, he's doing as best as he can.
oh, good. Yeah, you know, a loss like that is hard, especially he was married for how long?
43 years, he said.
43 years.
A long time.
Of course, knowing Lloyd, he probably deep down inside is he's grateful that she passed away before him because he wouldn't want to leave her behind, you know?
Well, I mean, Lloyd took care of her. If he would have ended up passing away before her, she would have ended up in like
Yeah.
probably maybe with her kids or in a home or something. Yeah, he's doing good though. He seemed to
That's
be
good to
doing
hear.
okay for the circumstances. Ah, Dusty. I told Lloyd, I said, he ever get bored, sitting around Friday nights, because he's kind of a late bird. He stays up late.
Yeah.
I said, you're always welcome on the panel. I said, you can come on here and you can bully Tim like you normally do.
Yeah, Tim makes himself an easy target in a lot of cases.
I would not walk up those stairs on that bridge right behind him. Oh, those are maintenance stairs, I think. I don't think the public can walk up and down those. Right? Paul?
Yeah. No,
Aren't those-
that is those stairs are maintenance.
Yeah, for workers.
That's maintenance workers.
The only thing that annoys me about those bridges is they did not make them look identical. And they look so funny having two different style bridges right next to each other.
Yeah, you know, that's the same thing when they went to go build the second span. The local people said it should match the other one. And the Department of whatever says, oh no, we gotta change it because what was it? The historical commission decided that it wasn't right to build the same bridge because the other one was unique. What the hell? Historical Commission,
There's a shit.
up theirs.
Yeah, I think it looks stupid though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it does. It does. And we knew that going in, but we got overruled because the money was coming from the feds and from the state,
Oh yeah, that was definitely a federal funded project right there. How much did that bridge cost them to make? A couple hundred million?
I think it was $280 million.
Sounds about right. How long did it take them to build it?
The second span, it took them about 3 years. The
Jesus, that
first,
long?
the first span, it took them 3.5 years. Now I might be wrong on the second span because if you can see, it's got cement columns holding it up.
You would think of today's technology they'd have built that a lot faster. I wouldn't think it would have took them more than a year. Any of those guys that do bridges like that are just extreme.
Oh
It all
yeah.
depends on whether you're afraid of heights or not, Dusty. I'm not afraid of heights. I could walk up and down them stairs all day. Wouldn't bother me.
Maybe it's early Wednesday and the entire system lifts away, but most of Wednesday at this point looks to be pretty dry. Our temperatures today is below the mid-30s.
Yeah, it's supposed to stay cold today, so that means I'm gonna have to get out with the shovel and clean off the driveway and the sidewalks.
Like I'm one of those people. I don't really have a fear of heights. The fear of falling, of course, everybody has that. But
Yeah, locally we were pissed when they didn't just duplicate the other bridge,
well, it's one thing if the bridges had a little bit of, if they were like a mile apart or something, but they're like right next to each other, so it
Yep.
just looks funky, you know. Yeah, I don't get that argument. Oh, it's unique. Gives a crap. What does that have to do with anything? There's a million bridges in this country.
Exactly. And why would a historical commission have anything to say about a bridge? Somebody got their underwear in a twist and decided, oh,
Well,
ooh.
the thing is you can't save every old thing and try to save it. Like some shit you just gotta let go. Like,
Well, see, before the first bridge was built, there was a tunnel that went underground from the US side over to the Canadian side for trains. And that's how they used to get, and then also they had barges used to take train cars back and forth and that kind of stuff.
well, the thing is too, is every time that historical society deems something historical, then taxpayers have to pay to maintain that.
Yep.
And when they're fucking because they've done that to a lot of bridges around the country where oh, this is historical, so we got to save it. And then guess who has to pay for it? The people in that state, in that local area that have to pay taxes, they're the ones that end up having to fucking pay for it.
Right.
It's like some of this shit they just gotta just let go. Tear the shit down and be done with it. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer, how's it going? Johnny was over on with Captain Ray this morning on the live stream.
Johnny's driving and listening and texting. Oh man, it was a long night last night. Went for, was it 5.5 or 6 hours, something like that? Yeah, once Lloyd jumped off, I ended it. I was tired. I was ready to go to bed. Cause Lloyd jumped on like the last 30 minutes we were alive. I used to skydive. It was fun as hell. Be scared of. I'd go skydiving, Jody, but I don't know if Sarah would let me.
I don't think you get that past her.
No, she's too protective of me. I don't think she'd let me do it. And I wouldn't do something like that. That would give her super anxiety, dude.
Anxiety, yeah.
Cause she'd be so worried about me if I did something like that.
That'd make her super anxious.
But yeah, so like she's been on the fence about me getting a motorcycle before too. I don't know, and then she's okay with it 1 minute, and then the next minute she's like, no. She's worried. Which I don't blame her, dude. I know a lot. I know a handful of people that got killed on motorcycles.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. You drive motorcycles enough, you're gonna lay one down at some point. It's
Well,
gonna
the
happen.
sad part of it is when I rode a motorcycle,
What's up,
you need
Dan?
to watch out for every other driver because they're not watching out for you. Right downtown, Port Huron, I'm cruising on Main Street, and all of a sudden, some old lady pulls out right in front of me like I didn't see you. And then once she sees me, I'm coming towards her. She hits the brake and stops, and I have all I can do to swerve and get around.
I mean, to be fair, not all motorcycle drivers are dumbasses, but there's a lot of them out there that act like jackasses on the road themselves.
Oh yeah.
Not all of them, but there's a good amount that do. We know you love motorcycles, Dan.
Well, it's like Matt and his little scooter. He enjoys the hell out of that, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, I hate to say it though, Matt drives that thing enough times, eventually he'll probably end up laying it down, even a scooter.
Right.
You do it, I mean, it's just like a car. I mean, I don't know anybody that's gone their entire lives without being at least an fender bender. It's gonna happen at some point.
A little close call or a scrape or whatever. Yep. Looks like it's going to be a quiet morning.
I've been in two pretty bad accidents, but luckily, no, I didn't get hurt at all. We had a deer that ran out in front of us when Kelsey was just a little baby. She was only like 6 months old, and ran out in front of us and crushed in the whole front end of our car, or
Wow.
the side of the car, not the front of the car. It was the side of the car. It hit us on the side. I didn't even see it. Like it was early in the morning. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. We were driving into town and the windows were still kind of foggy on the side windows. And I didn't even see the deer. Sarah did. She goes, "Oh my God, deer!" And before I could even react, it fucking smacked the side of the car. Came right through the back window where
Really?
Kelsey was sitting in her. She was in her car seat.
Car
Came right
seat.
through. Hit and came right through the back window, right where she was sitting. And the crazy thing was, is Kelsey didn't make a single sound after it happened. Like it was like she didn't even know it happened. And I freaked the fuck out because I thought something happened to her. 'Cause I didn't know if the deer's head came through the window and like stabbed her, with its things or whatever. Because by the time we stopped, the deer was gone. It got up and took off. I never
Hey,
even saw
Captain
the damn
Joe.
thing.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Joe? And I
What
actually
deer?
broke the door handle off of the door trying to get out of the car. Because I was freaking out so bad. And I jumped out and I look in the back window and she's just back there smiling. Never cried, nothing.
Where was it?
Do what?
Well, he was telling a story about when he was younger, and he had a deer crash right through the back window of his car, and his young daughter was in the car seat in the back.
That sucks.
Yeah, I got glad. And then when I pulled over and I finally got out of the car, I looked through the back window and she's just sitting there smiling. But she had
Uh,
glass all over her from the windshield. Or from the not windshield, but the side
So-
window. And so I pulled her up out of the car seat and we tried to get all the glass out of the car seat and made sure. Then we took her straight to the doctors and they checked her eyes and everything, make sure she didn't have any glass in her eyes and all that.
yeah.
That was scary though. And then the second time I got in a serious accident was when that drunk driver smacked me from behind.
Good morning, Mad Props. Dan's here, and so is Johnny Drone Flyer. East
Johnny.
Coast
What's up, Randy?
Grills. Frank Rizzo.
Jonathan Jackson, Randy.
Yep.
What's up, Randy? I haven't seen you in a few days.
So, Joe, how did your evening go?
Oh, well, okay. I was on the chat with I was on Justin's for a little while. I was watching a basketball game. So my son came up and sat here next to me. So that's when I got off. We were watching it together. And then he went to bed. He was sick yesterday.
What's up, Edward? Oh yeah, you missed it. Lloyd came on about the last half hour.
Oh man. I must have just turned it off too. What time you got
Yeah.
off?
1:30.
No, I was before that.
Yeah, it was almost 2. No, actually, I think it was almost 2 o'clock. It was like 1:40 something. But yeah, Lloyd came on about the last 30 minutes and sat with us and talked and was talking about Judy and all that, everything
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happened. But he seems to be doing okay. So
Well, it's like I said, it's not like it didn't just all of a spur of a moment,
well,
And
he seemed to be in a good headspace as far as because he said everybody's been reaching out to him and which he appreciated. So, but his biggest thing is he's just walking around the house during the day and doesn't know what to do because he's so used to having to take care of her. And now
Oh,
that
yeah.
she's not there, he has all this free time and he doesn't know what to do with himself. So I
Does
told him, I
he
said,
does he have a dog?
yeah, he's got a couple dogs.
Okay.
But I told him, I said, anytime, I said, we're up, because he's kind of a night bird. So I told him, I said, if anytime you're up on Friday nights, if you're bored and you want to come hang out with us, I said, you're more than welcome to come on here and harass Tim. And he started laughing.
That's easy. That's easy to do.
No, I made the suggestion to him. I was like, dude, I said, you should really think about getting back into doing your vlogging again and
Yeah.
maybe getting into YouTube a little bit more now that you got a little free time. I was like, that would kind of help keep you busy. He was like, yeah, I was thinking about that. Something to keep him busy. Cause Lloyd used to do vlogging all the time and then, as Judy got worse, he did less and less of it. But if he jumps in and starts doing some stuff like that and stuff, I think it'll keep him busy and kind of help him a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Oh, Lord. Hannah wearing her red dress today. The meteorologist, female Heather, she's
Uh-huh.
on in her red dress. It's got the zip up front today. It makes me want to watch the weather. That's the one person I've never met over at the Fox 8.
Really?
I'm gonna have to get to Fox 8 and start getting it whenever they're shooting, go out doing the shoots when they're shooting. I know they're gonna be in the big events. Pancakes and sausage this morning. Or as the Brits would say, cakes. No, the Australians would say cakes and stags.
The
I think we're supposed to get some rain today or tomorrow. Bunch of rain.
With sunshine for the next 4 days, and we're gonna be like 75.
yeah, it's pretty windy here today.
Well, I'm out. I'm charged up. I'm going out in a little while. I'm going to do something.
And it's 30 degrees, Joe.
It was less than 30 degrees yesterday in the snow when you went.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty clear skies today. A little bit of clouds, not much though. I thought there was another storm coming through over here in our area, Joe.
No, I was going for, I think Tuesday we got a little bit coming through.
You look on my thing, cause I think we had something coming through on Saturday or something. Pretty sure we did.
Yeah, they're talking about, she just started talking about damaging winds. When? What day? I missed it. I'll tell you, it's getting on that. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday when the storm's coming early. Early storms is it. But we're gonna be 74, 72, 78, 76, 74, 72, 72 for the next week.
Wow. It's a really good day if it gets up to 45 here.
That only means the summer's almost here. Only means it's gonna get hot.
Yeah, I think so. Skyfly says he woke up this morning 18 degrees.
Yeah, it looks like we got something coming in.
I woke up, it was 20.
I don't see nothing coming in until about Thursday.
Well, it's gonna be 75 today, but it's 58 right now. We were about 52 this morning.
Beautiful but cold here. Woke up to 18 degrees. I wasn't cold yesterday. It was just windy and fucking rainy. It was windy as shit yesterday. Looks pretty calm outside now, though.
The I would imagine this cold weather and the snow has put a damper on anybody doing anything outdoors. I know that Easter's coming up pretty soon, and a lot of Easter celebration things are going on.
Yeah, they're still having all the crap. But tomorrow, I think they have the Italian American parade in Metairie. That's right next to New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And next weekend's Easter, nothing happens. And the weekend afterwards, on Saturday, they have the Irish.
Oh, they have an Irish festival or something?
It's another parade. I'm trying to think what they call it. It's another group. There's another group that does it. The Flanos or something like that. It's another group like Hungarian people. They do it with the Irish. They have a big parade down in St. Bernard Parish, which is on the other side of New Orleans. And then the next day, they're going to have the St. Patrick's parade that they delayed for 2 weeks back in Metairie. So they still got 3 parades going this year. And the one in New Orleans isn't bad. The one in Metairie isn't bad. It's about 30 miles away. The 2 in Metairie, the Italian and the St. Patrick's. But if I want to go to that other one, that other one in St. Bernard, that's 55 miles. That's 60 miles one way. That's a long. I never realized. I used to make that all the time. I never realized that it was 60 miles one way.
Oh, one way. That's a trip. It's one thing if it's 15 or 20 miles round trip, but 60 miles, that's a hike.
It all depends on what you're driving. When I was driving my Lincoln, I didn't care. 60 miles, I enjoyed it because I enjoyed riding that Lincoln, And I'm starting to see fewer and fewer and fewer town cars on the road.
Well, what I've noticed is the SUV market pretty much is taken over. Either mini SUVs or like the big Lincoln SUVs and
Yeah.
the big GMC SUVs. A lot of those out and about.
But they don't ride like a Lincoln Town car, I tell you.
Nope. But you know what? I enjoy my Tahoe. I enjoy sitting up higher because back in the day, you used to always sit down low.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy sitting up where you can see around everything,
Yeah, sometimes you see stuff you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Going interstate traffic years back, I was in an ambulance and the traffic was slow enough that we weren't moving fast, but we were kind of creeping along. And there was a girl that pulled up alongside of us and she waved over at me. And I'm married. I just looked over at her, smiled, and she waved again. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, She's taking her underwear off and trying to throw them to me. Yeah, and then the worst part about it is she looked familiar. And I was thinking, man, I tell you what, she looked like somebody. About 2 weeks later, the apartment complex we lived in, I'm standing outside and she's laying by the pool. And I'm married, and I'm saying, man, I am not going down by that pool.
What?
I figured that would be nothing but trouble.
You don't want to go outside. You just bored. She's standing by the back door with her ears perked like this, looking at me.
Need to put a dog door that she can go in and out.
Well, it's so cold. What I normally have is I have one of those screens that go around the door and leave the door open, and it's magnetic, and she goes in and out. But it's just too friggin' cold for that kind of stuff.
They actually have one that's like that, and it's actually a cold barrier one. It's like it almost looks like it would go in a freezer, and it's like a thick blanket, and it has it where it splits open and you can walk through it. It's supposed to be so you can leave your door open during the wintertime.
I'm coming. Where your old man out?
Let me see if I can find it.
Go ahead. Go potty?
Yeah, see
That was
this.
the driest pancake I've eaten just now.
Go potty or coming in?
Yeah, it's this here, Joe.
Come on.
They actually have a magnetic thermal one you can put on there.
Well, that's nice.
It's supposed to be for the wintertime, so if you want to leave your door open, you're supposed to be able. I don't know how well it works, but they got different ones.
I think the only thing I don't like about it is you can't see through it.
Yeah,
You can't see what they're doing.
but even in the summertime, if you're using your air conditioner, you really don't want to leave your door open with the screen, though, because then you're just wasting electricity at that point. Anyone in the South want to buy a 7-week female blue nose puppy? Must be a blue nose pit, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't need no other animals. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
How much are you trying to sell her for, though, Dusty? Didn't you just get rid of a dog, Jonathan, yourself, too? I think Jonathan just got rid of a dog not too long ago. I think it was a pit bull. A little puppy. What's your plans today, Joe?
Well, one thing I need to do is I need to go through the freaking pictures that I don't want to go through. But I don't feel like doing it right away.
I gotta go.
I'm going fly sometime.
I gotta go take Kelsey practice driving later this afternoon.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Okay, I just could have swore you were trying to get rid of a dog. Somebody was not too long ago. Yeah, I'm gonna go take her over to the mall because they got a huge empty parking lot and nobody's ever there. So Plus, they got the little road, that little 2-lane hot road that goes around the entire mall, the outside of the parking lot. So I
Mhm.
think that would be good because there's a lot of stop signs and stuff. So
Now I got 7 meds are taken in the morning, 7 at night.
Johnny said, Joe, did you say fly?
Yeah, I want to go fly. Yeah. Johnny's always ready to fly. Johnny's got that piece of land right next to his house. I need to
Uh-huh.
buy that piece of land, and then you build my house right on that side, and put us a place where we could fly FPV all up in there.
There you go.
Yeah, I plan on probably going about 11, finding a place.
That's probably about what time I'm going to take Kelsey, around 11, 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. Over there for
But
about
I
an
have
hour or
got to
so.
but this weekend I have got to get these pictures. We got to get them done.
What's up,
Problem is, I
David?
got to go back. It's hard. I got to find an individual action shot of. Show you the list. That's half of the list.
Pictures you got to go through?
That's the other half of the list.
Oh, wow.
And it's by years. Now the ones with the check marks are the ones I found already.
Okay.
Right there. But what I've got to do, I was hoping, I went to the coach and I said, do you want a good individual shot or you want an action shot? Or action shot. It's got to be action shot. The problem is trying to find an individual in an action shot that's almost just him and the other guy. There's always one or two people involved.
Johnny said it's only 100,000, Joe.
Yeah. That's it? Oh, man, let me write a check.
Joe's got a credit card. He can put it on.
I'll write a check.
Post date it from like 10
Wait
years
a
from
minute.
now.
Wait a minute. Let me get it out my safe.
Let's say, yeah, you got to post date that bitch 10 years from now.
I'll just pull it out my safe.
Oh, my. My transition glasses.
Yeah, mine do the same thing. They get super dark when you go outside. But
What's that?
the annoying thing is they take forever to transition back.
Yeah.
They take a good few minutes.
What he said, 100,000?
Yeah. Ain't even close. I don't even care if those are all hundreds.
That's a $5,000 bill.
The bag, yeah, better get a little fatter than that.
That's my 100 bag.
Hmm.
My hundreds bag. I got a 20s bag in there too.
Leonard Skinnard, not related to Anne Murray. Don't know where that came from, but okay.
Go.
Now, Paul, oh, are you asking if Paul's related to Anne Murray?
Yes, it's a cousin.
Is that
That's
somebody
my
famous?
Canadian connection. But when you research the family tree, that's in my family tree. Or she is.
You ever talked to her?
I've never talked to her. She's like third or fourth cousin.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty far down the line.
Well, yeah, you know, the branches go out like this. I think years ago when she was really hot, I sent her a Christmas card and I got a Christmas card back says, hope you have a Merry Christmas, cuz, and it's signed, then she signed it. I don't even know where that is.
I'm related to anybody famous.
Well, that's the thing of it is that even if you were related to somebody famous, they're doing their thing, you're doing your thing, and the two never meet together unless you're, first cousins or whatever.
I know somebody who,
I have two first cousins that the one lives right here in town, one lives in Traverse City, and I never ever talked to them.
That's what I was thinking about doing today, going across the lake to see my cousin. She's at dialysis this morning. It'll be about noon. Because I haven't seen her in so long. And she's like a second mom to me. We lived all in the same neighborhood, all of us within a half a block of each other. And we were always at my grandmother's house right there. It was like everybody. I mean, her and my mom were like sisters. That's how they acted. And she's my second cousin by marriage. Second cousin by marriage. He's because my uncle's son's wife. So, but she was the one that she just turned 80. And she's the one that, if you needed something built, you just told her and she came over, drew it out with a pencil and paper and built it. She was like that.
Oh, David, yes.
She knew what she was doing.
David, I'm in Port Huron, right across from Sarnia, Ontario, just north of Detroit. And Joe is, how many miles are you from New Orleans?
About 30.
And Justin is down in Florida. What's the closest major town to you, Justin?
I'm right between Orlando and Tampa.
Between Orlando,
about an hour or so each way, whether you go east or west. No, my old boss, though, his first cousin was Billy Bob Thornton. But he didn't talk, and they were first cousins, and he said he met him a couple times when he was younger, and he said he's an asshole.
Well, you can tell by the movie. It sounds like it looks like he'd be an asshole.
Doesn't have anything that they don't have. He said he's never talked to him since. Said he met him at a couple family reunions about 20 years ago.
Rob, what's up?
Yeah, morning, gents.
Hey, there he is. Our long lost friend from the UK.
I was pretty sure he was about to say Ukrainian.
Yeah. I look like a bit of everything, don't I? Morning, JJ.
How you doing, Rob?
Frank. Oh, Johnny.
It's afternoon there, right?
Yeah, it's 2:00. I think.
Why do you have two alert boxes on your thing?
I don't know. I can't get rid of one.
Just right click on it and delete it.
Is that on events? Is it?
It's on the sources. Just find your sources and just delete one of the
I got
alert
so many
boxes.
in there.
Yeah, just find one of the alert boxes and delete it. You got two of them on there.
Okay. All right.
Just delete one of them. Do it now. Now.
Oh yeah, all right, I got it. How'd you do it?
Huh?
Oh, remove. I know. I've removed 2 items. I don't know what I've removed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I said delete one, not two.
Well, it just gave me the option of remove 2. So if anything fucks up, it's your fault. How did your show go last night? Like I got a bit of it.
Went really good.
You went good
Okay.
because you went all the way until almost 2 o'clock in the morning, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lloyd came on the last half hour.
I
Yeah,
I
good
caught
luck.
him.
Yeah, got a little good
I-
little conversation with him.
Hey Jody, I caught the very first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes of it. And then the last half hour, something like that, just when thing come on. Lloyd.
I wish I'd have been on when he got on.
He looked alright, didn't he, Justin? Considering, you know.
Oh yeah, he did definitely.
David May says he's only an hour from the New York border.
It must
That
be
mean
in
you're Canadian, David, or are you US?
well, if he's saying New York border, he's probably in Canada. Let's see here.
Jonathan went to his homepage and it's got nothing on it.
Yeah, that don't tell you anything.
That doesn't tell you anything. You know, it could be legit, could be like you say a spam account, but who knows?
He joined in 2017 anyway.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
That's how you can tell if that's a better way of telling if account's legit because
No
most
cat.
accounts do what?
I was talking to my cat. My cat wants to get onto
Uh-huh.
the wheelchair, but my dog's on you. Sorry.
Because
They don't play well together in confined areas.
Yeah, no, it's just it's my dog spot and always have been.
Okay.
Sorry, Justin, I interrupted you.
no, you're fine. Just working on this thing here. There we go.
Yep, hanging with JD is right. He says some people only watch YouTube. They don't post or get involved.
Yep.
Hey, JD. Shit, I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen any videos of you in a while.
Oh yeah, my old account, dude. I was a watcher for a long time before I posted anything.
Well, the other thing too is, you know, you've got to be the right place, the right time, and the right mindset to even consider posting anything. You know.
And today must be troll day with the emails. I got one in here saying, "Did I receive my package?" Go ahead and check. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, they come. They get those emails. I want you to click on the link.
No, I'm not doing that.
Box there was too big.
It says scheduled delivery. Like this, it said, "Did you receive it?" And then it says, "Schedule your delivery," and it's got a iPhone IPHON -772 number. That's not a UPS number, first off. And then it does on the bottom to tip it all off, unsubscribe. I'll not only unsubscribe, but I'll delete.
Oh.
I don't get many of those, but every once in a while one will pop in.
Um, I was gonna Laura was gonna test the other Streamlabs going live from the other one.
She's on about doing it today.
But
Was she?
yeah, but her with the bird passing away yesterday, she didn't want to
It's
do it.
yeah, like I said, but I spoke to her oh, I don't know, half hour ago. So
They
something
do.
like that.
They
So
doing better
the
today?
bird was like 14, I think, wasn't it?
What fucking song is this? Wait.
Do what?
You keep flashing over there, Rob.
Yeah, did you see that then? I don't know what all that is.
New subscriber, it says. That's got to be a setting on your end.
What are you
Me
subscribing
and
to yourself?
technology. You are, but
It's saying you're subscribing to yourself.
yeah, it was because I pushed test. I just
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to see if the one box, but it wasn't the box I was expecting. So I don't know. You'll have to help me, Justin.
Yeah, those kind of emails, Jody, you just got to delete.
So you got over there in the UK, you got the king that's got cancer that he's not really telling what it is, and now you got Kate with cancer.
Yeah,
That's sad.
yeah, it is. I gotta be fair. I seen that this morning.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think Paul was talking about that yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, when they showed her talking, I looked up. I'm sitting here looking, and I'm saying, "Who is that?" You know, it's well, she don't even look the same. Now, also, she had a hair in the front. She had a hair different, and she didn't have any makeup on. You know,
Well, minimal makeup. Yeah.
well, she barely had any, if she had any.
The
But she's still a beautiful woman, man.
oh, very beautiful. And you notice they haven't identified what her first surgery was, is where they went in, then they found out after testing that she had cancer as well. So it's all up in the air. They're and I can understand the privacy thing, but she's not a private person. She is a princess.
Yep, Princess of Wales.
So you marry into the royal family. Your privacy, or they say privacy is gone.
Privacy. I want some privacy.
and I just
It's like Rob when he married into royalty, his privacy is gone.
yeah, but I just don't like some of the things where like she's supposed to have been racist against the other one and Harry and I don't know. Obviously, you know, I feel for her, but just I don't know. Hey, cool cat, Michael. You know when all that business with Harry and all was going on, and Harry and William and Kate and I don't know what's that other one's name? Meghan Markle, wasn't it?
Meghan, she's a piece of work.
Yeah, so you don't know how much of it was true or not. You know?
Well, they've done a lot of research on her too, and she pretty much wanted to be somebody, and she stalked him, and whatever, you know, if they're happy, they're happy, you know.
Yep.
Stop showing off now, Justin.
Oh, I'm just looking at the different overlays. That one I don't need.
What's he got going on over there? Mr. YouTube Tech.
Yeah, I can do the same.
Look, I can do it too. What?
I don't know. I don't know what to think of a cool cat.
All you do is turn your camera off.
Sorry?
I was talking to Joe. I
I
said,
said
all
I
you
can
did
do it
was,
too, and I flipped my camera on and off a couple of times.
I said, all you did was turn your camera off.
I
Make
seen
it
last night
fancy.
you turned Tim's on.
Oh, Jim Droney said, I'll give you $5 if you turn his camera off. So I turned it off. Then Jim super chatted me $5. Uh,
Here you go. I'll get fancy now.
I'm not sure if I said good morning, Mr. Fly Sky. East Coast.
Cool cat.
what's up, cool cat? So can I make it bigger? No, I don't like this overlay.
I'm gonna have to set up a green screen. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to set it up the way I can put the picture inlays in, and I'll put some Mardi Gras pictures in.
You don't really need a green screen nowadays, do you, Justin?
No,
I mean, if you have a at least a GTX or an RTX graphics card in your computer, you're running a PC, no, because you can just use video broadcaster or an NVIDIA broadcaster.
Yeah,
And
Mr. Skyfly, that's correct. It's still nothing much from David and Laura because they're going through a grieving process. They lost one of their older birds they've had for a while.
Yeah, you're not going to hear much off David, I don't think. Because it's coming up the anniversary as well as Sparky, and it.
Yep.
uh,
DJ finally woke up.
Justin,
what?
you cracked me up with all those different stuff you put.
I'm just messing with this because
Yeah, I'm
now
not
that
gonna
I'm
look at mine now.
now that I'm paying for it, I get all these free overlays. So I'm gonna build something.
Hey, TJ. Fired
Sup,
up the
TJ?
he fired up his CR10. What's a CR10?
Printer.
Oh,
Printer.
Who's fired up their CR10? Jody, have he?
Jody did. Yep.
Oh, what are you printing?
He prints a lot of stuff and then posts it for sale. He's got an online store, as far as I understand it.
Oh, Jody? Jody doesn't have an online store.
I thought he said he did. He was printing a whole bunch of stuff for selling online.
No, that was Mike. I tried. Mike's got a store.
Oh, okay.
Jody might have a store. I don't know. I know Mike's been talking about that. I haven't heard nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Jody say anything about it though.
PJ says he's getting a haircut this morning. I'm like a chia pet over here.
Wish you could choose.
Yep. Yeah, he's at the salon, Jonathan. He's going to get his pedicure and manicure, haircut, trim. Drone Shot says, yeah, he sells a little.
Okay, yeah, I know Mike's been talking about that a lot. I didn't know about Jody though. Don't need Twitter. I'm not on Twitter.
Well, Joe prints a lot of stuff from other people, but I don't think he's doing much selling, retailing, are you, Joe?
No, I haven't done any retail, and I've thought about it. I thought about doing some things and putting them out there, but it's just, I don't know, I want to spend as much time doing that,
DJ said he's right in his styling and profiling mode.
Yeah, we saw what he looked like. TJ is a legend in his own mind.
That's it.
Let's see. Come on.
So can I get my camera to work on that one? Oh, yeah.
The Yeah, Joe, do you get very many requests for you to print something for people or no?
Well, not really. I just had a couple of people ask.
I would imagine your duck would probably be very popular, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking it would. It's just this one right here. This one's an easy print. Because that's all in one, you don't have to put any kind of support on it or anything. So it's gonna
Okay.
print directly just like that. The other one that's the finger, that's a pain in the butt to print. That's a pain in the butt to print because you
Yeah,
gotta lay it on the
that would-
side,
that-
you gotta put support.
That'd cut
gotta
into
get
your
the-
profits.
Well, the thing is, you gotta, after that, you gotta get the supports off of it, and it's just. I've tried different types of supports, the organic one that looks like a tree, and it doesn't, it always breaks it'll break off right before it's at the main part. So then you gotta do the regular grid support. So then you got all this stuff you gotta dig off of it, it's like. I've thought about it. If I could figure a way to do it with like a lot less support, even if I laid it on the back, maybe,
Well, Rob's got a regular business. Rob, how much you retail a lot of that stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
How many printers you got running, printing stuff up at any one given time?
but 8.
8 printers, okay.
Yeah, I run an Etsy store on eBay, my own website, a couple of websites. Hey, Sam. I've seen you in a while. And Johnny.
Sam, you're the man.
Hey, dudes, can you hear me?
Yep,
Good stuff. Thanks.
we can hear you, Michael.
Super duper.
That's a picture. Who's that with Einstein?
That's what's his face?
Charlie Chaplin at Einstein, isn't it? Is that the same picture yet? Yeah. That was the same one he had on there the other day.
Jonathan, what's going on, my man?
What's good, family? I'm trying to figure out why, TJ go down the street, he see the fellas in the barber shop, but he still go across the street to the salon where all the females at.
Yep,
TJ, you think you slick. That's why you be going to the salon. That's where all
that's
the
right.
females at.
Yep. Hey, Sam, how you doing, my man? Long time no see. I think about you often, Sam.
A little creepy.
Hey, Sam was the original person that, as a tech person, because he works in tech, that was able to help me. This old man, I get myself all screwed up, and Sam was helping me out. So it's greatly appreciated, Sam, and I think about it quite often.
He dreams about you, Sam.
Mm.
What's up, Sam? 670.
TJ said he's trying to hit on the females, but which doesn't make sense because he's married, I thought.
That makes sense, TJ.
Especially for you admitting it here on YouTube.
She was gonna say demonetize. Don't let your wife hear that.
You trying to get on the feet.
Your wife be saying demonetize and take it off.
I already know that's why TJ go to the salon. I figured that out. Wait a minute. They know you fly drone, TJ? So I'm gonna meet you at the park so you can do a
Reconnaissance.
no, what do you call it? Panorama. Do a panorama shot.
What are you trying to see? Every bit of it?
Hey, that way when you take the picture, you can just move your finger and move all the way around, see everything around you. Never took a panorama shot?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I took a sphere yesterday when I was flying it, and it didn't give me the finished product.
You got to get that out of the app on your phone, mind. Your phone or the controller.
Yeah, it'll show it to you on the controller, but your phone needs a certain app to see it. Certain app to do it, rather.
It didn't. I kind of thought it showed it to me. I got to go look at the controller and see how to pull it off.
You got to upload it there. Yeah, you got to download it on the controller and then upload it. And I think it's only Facebook it'll work too.
Yeah, I've seen people post those pictures on Facebook and they'll work. You can do it on your phone, but your how should I say it? Your gallery has to have a 360 viewer. 360 viewer.
Brilliant.
If your phone has that, your device has that. I want to say I posted one on the Drone Society. But that's on Facebook, so yeah, that's why I was able to do it.
That's Facebook.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You know, this app on mobile is completely different. It's a fucking mess on iPhone.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, I don't know. It's like a magical mystery tour of bad programming decisions. I don't know. Fuck it.
You can swipe along the screen, mind, to like a gallery view, so that you see all of us. Or there's another one, whoever's speaking shows up.
I know. I know. I'm looking at the gallery one. But what I mean is changing the photograph or having a background with a cathedral in it or something.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Good luck. good luck doing that because
Yeah.
it's like I say, it's fucked up.
What kind of device you got? What kind of phone you got?
An iPhone.
Oh, that's Apple. I can't help you.
Everyone reacts like that. It's like, yeah.
Excuse me.
Thing is, iPhones are very user friendly. They're really good. However, when it comes to interacting with software that isn't particularly user friendly and designed for PCs, it's really not good. Anyway, you don't hear my whinging.
Actually, I do. That's why I've never used the Apple product. But when I know with the drones, the DJI, their first drones were like more based towards Apple products. It's not till they got into the later versions where Android really gets the oomph on them. Come on in here, cat. Get up. Come on, Wiggy. Yeah, all my devices are Android.
I'm firing up the computer then instead.
Justin, I love that background screen, man. That is tight right there.
Oh, the one I'm messing with?
Yeah, the one I just seen. Where you get that from?
It's part of my subscription with Streamlabs.
Okay. That's nice.
Oh, you can change these. Cool. Let's go to make that
Yeah, that's
YouTube.
real now. You gotta subscribe with them to get that.
Yeah. Make this one. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. And what's the other one we're gonna go with is Discord.
Hmm. Oh wow.
I don't know where.
Here's the main man.
So Jonathan, what's new with you? Anything?
Hi, Paul, Rob,
Good afternoon, man.
Justin,
Mark.
Captain Joe.
Yeah, somebody gave me a puppy again. And a lot of people keep giving me animals.
Jonathan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what kind of
Yeah.
a puppy?
Yeah.
It's a blue nose. A female blue nose.
What breed is that? Pit bull?
Mm-hmm.
The band over
Yeah.
here.
Dusty, TJ,
My neighbor breeds them.
Joel, Sam,
There's some places over here.
Jody.
Where
Yeah.
they're banned, but
My neighbor breeds dogs, and sometimes his
male or
females, a lot of his
female?
females will go in heat
Michael.
at the same time, so he's overwhelmed.
Is it a male or female?
It's a female.
Yeah. Pit bulls
And
are a banned breed in the UK.
being that I watch them all the time.
they're not even allowed to have those in the UK, Jonathan.
No.
No, you're not.
I must got two of these going at the same time.
That's one of those dumbest laws ever put on the books.
Being that I watch them all.
I'm a firm believer that a dog doesn't just be born to be nasty and angry and everything. It's the humans teach them to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So to ban them just because of that'd be like saying we should ban all Hispanics, or we should ban all this kind of people, or that kind of people, or this kind of.
Well,
you can't have cats. Let's ban cats.
Yeah,
not
I know,
all
but
dogs, not all dogs though are mean because of their owners. There are some dogs that are just naturally assholes.
the problem we had though is near enough
Mm-mm.
everybody.
Listen, your animal's
who
gonna
had
be
them-
what you allow them to be.
Yeah,
Especially if
everybody
you
who
got them
had-
from a child.
True.
They're gonna do what
everybody
you
who
teach
had
them to
them
do.
was the wrong people.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Rob.
My cats will literally go and scratch at the back door to let me know they want to go to the bathroom. All four of them.
You know what
All
I
three of
said
them.
was
Titan doesn't go outside. She has both her little boxes. But the other
When-
three, they will scratch at the door to let me know, hey, I want to go outside.
when we was allowed pit bulls, every single, well, I wouldn't say every single, but most of the wrong people had them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've
which made it 10 times worse. You
Well, I'm
didn't see a
saying-
normal family with a pit bull. You always had the druggies, the youths, the yobbos, the gangsters. You know,
Mhm.
and they brought the dogs up nasty.
Yeah, but what I've said though is I've seen people that treated their dogs really well, got them as a puppy, and the dog was just naturally an ass. It does happen.
yes.
Not every dog is nice,
No,
even if their owners are good owners. I mean, my mom and my stepdad took really good care of their pit bull, but if they tried to discipline him or tried to grab him when he was barking, he'd turn around and bite the living shit out of him. They never treated him bad.
I
It's
bet
just-
you
that's
Mark and
the way
Michael
he
can
was.
remember when we were like pit bulls.
Now, I'm not going to say now a particular breed isn't bad. I'm not going to demonize a particular breed, but I've seen golden retrievers that are usually very docile dogs. I've seen golden retrievers that are absolute assholes.
Yeah.
And I've seen,
Well,
Scott
anything with a
Edward.
brain can have a disorder, but to just generally outright say you cannot have that breed in a
Indeed.
country whatsoever, that's asinine.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
But
can't
it's-
argue with that.
It's the power and the muscle and the everything else behind them dogs, as opposed to look at a Chihuahua. You know, they'll bite you as soon as look at you. The things never shut up,
Mm-hmm.
but
call
they,
them
they
ankle
can't
snappers.
inflict the damage what a pit bull can. And we went through a phase of, massive attacks, and a couple of young children were killed by them, and enough was enough. So
Well,
they
yeah,
banned it.
the news makes a big deal out of it. Like they all must be bad. They're all bad. They're all bad. That's the bullshit.
But then, see, we're a lot smaller country than you are. So,
Well, yeah, I realize you guys lost the war, but that doesn't make any difference.
I don't know, we didn't fucking lose the war. God. Every time you have a war,
Listen,
you need us to hold your
here's the
hands.
thing. Here's the thing about animals, right? That people don't, a lot of people don't realize, or definitely don't see, or speak of. A child can be around an animal, and you're not around that animal, and that child could be doing something to that animal.
Yep.
to make that animal want to attack them. Now, hold on. I say that from experience because when my wife lived there, she had children. She came with children. Okay, package deal. Her son used to always smack one of my dogs on the top of the head. I'd find a dog with a knot on the top of the head, be like, how the hell this happened? Nobody know. Okay. At that time, the dog wouldn't do nothing to him. It just so happens I caught him doing it.
So
I literally caught him doing it. So now I chastised him. I left it alone. He left the dog alone for a while. He went to stay with his grandmother for the summer. When he came back, he went in the backyard to go mess with the dog. Mind you, over the summer, the dog got bigger. When he hit the dog on top of his head, the dog grabbed him by his coat and drug him through the yard. He didn't bite him or nothing. He grabbed him by his coat and literally just ran through the yard, pulling him all through just pulling him through the yard. Okay, now it's because that dog know he's family is why he didn't, bite him.
Attack him, yep.
Right, but he was the dog was to the age and to the size that you ain't just gonna beat on me now.
Yep.
You see, now I'm gonna do something about this.
Well,
I know
and
what
that just proves that the animal is smarter than dumb people give them credit for.
Right, but now if you got a child in a room with an animal and he's sitting there and he's grabbing his face or pulling the dog's gonna bite. That's his only sense of defense. It's the bite. He's gonna bite you to get him to stop doing what it is you're doing to hurt the animal. The animal ain't gonna sit there and just let you kill him or beat him to death. Like you ain't just, come on. Justin, you gonna let me come in there and just start smacking you across your head and do nothing?
Correct.
You're gonna attack. You're gonna attack to defend. You understand? You're gonna attack to defend. The animal does that. Now the animal don't have hands, he's got teeth. So what are you gonna do? He's gonna bite. Now, when the parent comes in the room, oh, the dog is dangerous. Oh, we need to put him down. No, the dog was just defending his life. Animals are like that. They're like that.
I agree.
So in the greater debate of should dogs that are bred for fighting be allowed as pets, I think it's a moot point, talking about animal behavior. We know that animals behave that way. And of course, you're right. That's what happens. But if a dog is capable of doing a lot of damage, that's the problem. Because you're not going to suddenly have dogs behave a different way or whatever. That's not what anyone's talking about. The problem is having dogs that are specifically bred for fighting as pets. I think it's a very, very stupid idea. You can imagine if there were, let's say, suddenly we wanted to have lions as pets. Okay, so if you have lions as pets, then they haven't been bred for fighting, but evolution has effectively bred them for fighting and defending themselves and being very large and able to do a lot of damage. So in some way, there's no difference whether it's human intervention or whether it's evolution. You have an animal which is very capable, very powerful, and very dangerous. You don't want it as a pet. So you see what I mean? It's the same thing.
Yeah, to a point, I would agree, Mark. But the problem being is to ban all of a breed, saying, well, they could. Well, that means like German Shepherds will kill you just as much as a pit bull. Any kind of a large dog, if pushed or not trained properly, is capable of doing a lot of damage to a human.
See, the only thing we have is statistics on animal attacks. It's the only thing we really have to go on. Now, when it comes to German Shepherds and their, let's say, numerical history of attacks on people, it's tiny in comparison. It's not irrelevant, but it is tiny. So for whatever reason, physiological, bred, otherwise, whatever, they don't attack and cause as much damage. So it could be because the
Actually,
dogs.
well, that's the thing is German Shepherds actually have a stronger bite than pit bulls do.
Yep.
Right.
Per
Yeah, but-
pound, they're
And they
actually
don't
stronger.
utilize it as much. So that's what I'm saying. We can go into the
Yeah.
weeds and say
You're
that,
going by
you know,
stats on how many
Yeah.
dog, what type of dog breeds and
Right.
how many attacks per breed.
yeah. So
But
when you
know
start
what's-
when you start specifically talking about, you know, bite forces and all that sort of
But
thing,
Mike-
at that
Ma-
point
Mark-
you're in the weeds. You don't want
Mark-
to be in the weeds. You want to discuss the facts.
Mark, what's not in that statistics is did they do a background check on the people that have pit bulls that attack people and cause damage?
Well, background checks don't do anything because
No, but
you
I'm
could be a
talking
com-
about
you
taking
could
a
be
look and see how they were abused.
Right, but what I'm saying is like you could be a complete psychopath and have a clean background.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
But-
saying. Psychological background check.
Yeah, because the problem we had was all the idiots, like I said, the drug dealers running around on the corners, and the kids who thought they were hard, they all had pit bulls.
Yeah, they use them as
And
guide dogs for the harder thinking.
aggressive. They were cruel to them. They made them aggressive.
Yeah.
It-
They were left chained up out in the yard, and
yeah, they were trained to fight. They were trained
kids
to be
used to
hard.
throw stuff at them. Oh yeah.
And a lot of families didn't have them. It was, like I said, the all of the wrong people had them. And of course, when they attacked bad.
Well, there are certain breeds that are more aggressive than others. Like when we used to raise chows back in the day, and chows will bite their owner as quick as they'll bite anybody else. Like they don't really give a shit. Like if you try to grab a chow when it's like going off on somebody or something, they'll reach around and bite you just as quick as they'll bite anybody else. It's really hard to say. I mean,
I think it's
I
I
think-
think it's the easiest discussion ever. It's a very easy problem to solve.
what I'm
Because-
saying is, and then there's some breeds that have gotten bad raps too, because of like what Rob said, and because of that, they've gotten more of a bad rap than anything. I mean, it is what it is. You guys outlawed them, you can't have them. I mean,
Really,
the
really,
government-
listen. This is not even really about dogs. Animals, period. It doesn't matter what animal you get a hold of. If you get an animal, you can get the most dangerous animal. You can get and some people have them. You can get you a panther from a cub,
Right.
and you as a human raise that panther. Okay, it's gonna be timid. It's gonna be timid. Now, hold on. It's gonna be timid towards you and the people you raised it around. You understand? If a stranger happens to come around and gives that animal any kind of sense of danger towards either him or the people around, okay, that panther is gonna go from a nice, beautiful, warm, loving cat. So I'm gonna rip you a few shreds and leave a couple parts that I don't eat.
So it's about capabilities. It's not about
Yeah,
the upbringing necessarily.
That's going to do more than a fucking chihuahua.
It's about the upbringing of the animal. However,
I know.
whoever has it, it doesn't matter if it's
well, yeah, but now you're
Hold on,
trying to
wait a minute,
compare.
wait a minute. It doesn't matter if it's a drug dealer. It could be a rich person who fights them for thousands and thousands of dollars. Who's that football? Who's the football dude? I really don't follow sports, but the one in Atlanta who got caught for fighting them dogs.
Fuck, I know his name.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It was the one the Family Guy and everybody was making fun of.
Right. He wasn't no drug dealer, but
Michael
guess what?
Vick.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He had an underground ring of dudes fighting their dogs for money. He wasn't no drug dealer. It could be anybody. Okay.
I know. Yeah, I
It's just
agree.
the upbringing of the animal. If you bring that animal up to
But
attack
then
and
look at society. Look at every rap video. You don't see the rappers with their hands round Labradors, do you?
No,
always
you
got
don't. No,
big
you don't. You
fucking
know why? Because
Rottweilers,
like you
big
said, pit bulls
jinx.
are vicious animals. So yeah, they're trying to present this. Oh, I'm hardcore. They're gonna present a hardcore animal. They're gonna use a pit bull. Everybody knows that pit bulls are dogs that meant to fight. So yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I
Yeah, but
feel
that
you
could have
on
been a
that.
particular problem they were having over there, though.
Yeah, I feel you
Yeah.
on that. But it could have been anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be any animal.
But I mean, yeah, that's true. But also, you got to think the difference between domesticated and technically a wild animal.
I have
Because
Well,
listen. I have
they
literally raised and bred pit bulls, blue noses.
yeah,
I
but
did, okay, and I
they
wouldn't sell them
wasn't.
to anybody who was interested in fighting a dog. If I had the knowledge and I get to know the people I'm selling it to, if I had the knowledge that you had anything to do with fighting dogs, you couldn't buy one of mine. You could. I wouldn't care
But
how much money you had. It meant
when they
nothing to me.
was
All my dogs got a good home, and
when
guess
they
what?
was
They be
legal,
raised to be beautiful animals.
Jonathan.
Go ahead,
When
Rob.
they was legal over here, they wasn't as widely available as they are over your place. You know, you very rarely seen them. So
Over there, why?
because obviously they're American pit bulls. They're not
yeah,
British pit
he's just
bulls.
saying they're not they weren't readily
You know,
available. They weren't
over
as
your
common.
in the States, every other family has owned. I've got a pit bull. You know, when I was growing up and they were legal, there was one in a 15-mile radius, I think.
One in every 15-mile radius.
No, well, there was one in a 15-mile
He's
radius.
just saying on
where
average
I
they weren't
lived.
as popular over there as
No,
they are here.
but then that one dog which was in that thing was made to be had.
Shoot, I've got chased by more chihuahuas than anything. They're the most bravest little things in the world.
Yes, exactly.
They swear they can kill you. They will bite the shit out of you if you let them get a hold of you.
That's why they're called ankle biters.
Ankle scratchers, yeah. Boy, listen, I'd rather face a pit bull than a chihuahua.
Yeah, in my house, the
First of all,
Chihuahua
I didn't go
Pomeranian's
face to face with a pit bull because when he come at me, I already know what he has to use to get at me. You got to come at me with them jaws. I will grab your face. Once I got his face and I got his nose, he can't bite me. Okay, all he can do is try to scratch me with his legs, which he's gonna scratch my arms, but guess what? He can't bite me. A Chihuahua, listen, man, little dude run up on you, bite you back up, run up on you, jump on you. Yeah, I'd rather face a pit bull.
No, fuck that.
I got chased by more. Listen, I came to your door and you got two little chihuahuas like they headed towards the door. I'm backing up.
Everyone's got a
Yeah, I'm backing up. I know what they do.
Hey, Donald, how you doing?
Hi,
Hey,
good morning,
Donald.
guys.
Donald, what's good, family?
Oh, I'm just listening to you guys talk about puppy dogs.
Because now they're starting on the bully dog.
Yeah, the
or
bully.
something, which is part of like a pit bull or something, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, a little bit.
The bullies are pit bulls, chihuahua size. Put it that, yeah.
Yeah, well, now they're on a big
Well, they're
ban
not
in that
exactly
in the
small,
UK.
no.
Yeah. You might as well call them gremlins.
Tasmanian
Yeah,
devils.
those gremlins. You don't want no parts of those right there.
But can you
That's
remember
like a-
when they were legal, Mark? Pit bulls?
Yeah, I remember when they were legal.
Pit bulls have a lot of hard muscle on them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta cook them slow.
Oh my God.
Donald.
I stuck a link in the chat of a Chihuahua with an attitude.
Okay. Is that your Chihuahua with an attitude or no?
Oh no, that's one on the internet. But that's a Chihuahua with an attitude. That'll show you the attitude.
Like mine, I expect. Oh no, mine's not that bad.
Yeah, mine's got an attitude though. she'll get over here when Loki wants to come over by me and block him.
Yeah, I mean, we struck lucky with Precious, really. I mean, she's big and heavy and muscular, but she's a big softie,
Yeah.
just loud, as you've heard.
Yeah, all kind of attitude right there.
That's funny.
Man, them little dudes right there will hurt you, man.
I mean, now she's finished eating her food, she's gone docile again and she's lay on the sofa next to me. But until you've fed her, she's in your face barking at you.
Yeah, I always got mine met by you, haven't I? Give me that. Oh, my little mud. That's half away where that is.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's Pomeranian Chihuahua, and she was laying next to me, and Loki wanted to walk by, and she every time Loki got kind of close, she'd growl at him. So he started barking at me to tell her to move. So I made her move a little bit. So instead of her just moving, she walked by him, and as she got next to him, she went and bit him on the side and ran him to the back. She got to say, "Bitch, telling on me," you know. But she's terrible. She drew blood on me as a puppy.
Oh,
she got me. She was about 6 months old, and she was laying down, and I reached over and I touched her real soft, and she turned around and put a hole in my hand. And when she did it, she looked at me, and then she kind of put her head on me like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that." That was the last time she bit me. But she'd be sitting there. She'd sit there, and I'd say, "Now go," and I blow on her, and she showed me teeth. And I said, "Don't you show me them teeth?" And she show them again, you know, just to show them to me, just to be an ass. But she'll lay down wide open, be wide open like this. And I'll look over and say, "You're being nasty, hide that thing." And she'll take her tail and just roll it over the top. So she's smart. She knows her thing.
Yeah, certain animals you can't roll up on them too slow.
Yeah.
You sneak up on them, they're gonna bite you.
You roll up on a chihuahua. It's like rolling up on a gangster.
It's just natural defense, isn't it?
Exactly.
That was a cool video of us, Jody.
Like over there, if you see some guy walking up to you pretty suspiciously, your hand goes to your gun, doesn't it?
Yeah. In New Orleans, you pick yours out and show it to them.
Right, honorable call, J Bar. Sorry, traffic.
That's happened a couple of times. Had a guy one time looking over in the car. I was sitting there and I had mine on my lap. And he says, he's only got kids in the car with him. And he cracked his door. When he cracked his door, I said, "I got this too." Like just showed it to him. He jumped back in the car and they drove off. And I got this too.
Heading for the hills.
My daughter said, "Oh my God, what would you have done?" I said, I would have told you turn your head.
You're a bunch of maniacs with your guns.
Yeah, I don't have time for that crap. Somebody gonna come up on me stupid. They're not gonna look the same when it's over with.
So Don, what are you up to today?
Oh, I was going to work out in the garage on the buggy, but I've got re-edits to do on that commercial I put together yesterday.
Oh, got to re-edit. Okay.
That should only take me another maybe 15, 20 minutes, then probably go out to the garage.
Well, you need to get it done right the first time.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I thought you got it done right the last time. What happened?
I liked it. Client didn't.
Hmm?
Well, don't you hate that? When you know it's right and know it looks good, then
always-
I
they-
don't like that.
No, they have a reasonable request. It's just they didn't like the layout of it, so it's just changing some stuff around. Not a big deal, but
Well, especially since they're the paying customer, right?
yeah.
One thing, creative licensing is fine as long as whoever's paying the bill is happy with it, you know?
Yep, it's their commercial.
Yep.
It's a strange
not my
looking
commercial.
character.
Oh, Loki. Is that Loki?
Russell.
There's
Drake.
Loki.
Loki.
He's another one with an attitude. He'll sit up here and love me or bite me at the same time or growl at me. If you look behind me on the wall, the brown one is Valentino. And you can see when they were younger, him and Loki together up top. And then the black one in the corner is Cleopatra, which is the little Chihuahua Pomeranian with attitude. See, look, you on TV. Look, you on TV. Yeah, he'll growl at me in a minute.
It's
Hey, Don,
quite
Yeah.
difficult to.
why did you tell the client you shot it in found footage genre?
See,
I had
here's
to rub that in. I had to rub that in.
here's the
It
type
is.
of person who you'd find hanging around with a pit bull.
Ready to get in?
Mr. Dre. With his hood up on the street corners.
How you doing, Dre?
To put
Doing good,
120
doing
pound
Dre, what's good, family?
mastiff on
Hey,
your
how you
lap
doing,
was
Jonathan?
better. She quite like it if you could do it, but she's a bit too bloody heavy and big.
You see, Don, this is why, remember that guy, this is the same client that was trying to rush you to get it done yesterday. So this is why you tell them this is why we do it in a certain process and a certain time frame. Because like I said, you always gotta, present it, and then they're gonna sit there and nitpick and say, well, that's not exactly what I had in my head. I said, well, next time crack it open so I can get it out.
No, that really your job in pre-production is, but with this client, I don't really have pre-production because I'm working with an agency who is then working with the third party.
Right.
And so I don't
Just
have any
like I
direct
do.
contact with the third party
Yeah.
directly. And so I send, the agency says, here, I want this. I
Mhm.
do that. And then it goes to the agency. He sends it to third party. Third party wants changes. That was the agency's job to get everything laid out.
right.
To begin
Right.
with.
Yeah,
and
they
that-
should have got
and that's
that in
why
the
I hate
first
a lot of
place.
times that's why I hate when they say take creative shots. I was like, no. You tell me exactly what you want, and that's what I'll deliver. Because all this, when you use the word creative to me is not creative to you.
Mm-hmm. But this client, I bill him quite a bit, so
Well, I just found out where I'm shooting today.
And the agency
Um,
did their cut on top of it as well, so he got charged even more. Yeah.
oh yeah, I guarantee he gets.
What are
he
you
charges them.
shooting today, Joe?
I said the guy I ran into last week at the at a yacht club when I went out with the Mini 3 Pro and shot the sailboats.
Yeah.
I was talking to him. I gave him a card. He gave me his, and that he's just starting flying 2 months ago, and he just sent me the thing. He said, "Hey, I'm Caleb. Met you at the thing last weekend." He said, "For your information, today's opening day at the yacht club, and there's going to be a lot of sailboats out between 11 and 1:30.
Hmm.
And the day is beautiful. So me and the Mavic 3 is on its way.
There you
I
go.
have some sailboats.
Yeah, that'd be some nice stock footage to have
I'll be
around.
I'll be buzzing sailboats today. I did last week with the Mini 3 Pro, and it came up. Like I said, the sailboats. I looked at them, and I was standing there, and I had the Mini 3, and I had full batteries, and I trust the Mini 3 Pro too. But I looked at it and there was no wind. And I said, well, I'm pretty good at this, but they're about 3,000 feet out. No, they were 5,000 feet up, you know? But it was good footage. I was able to do some orbits around a few of them before I came back. And then I had to dodge about 150 seagulls. I stayed at about 60 feet and they stayed at about 40 feet. So that was even better. So I got seagulls flying around. I feel more comfortable with the Mavic 3 out there.
Let me ask you this, Joe, because Mark Fisher was talking about this yesterday, about the difference in the quality of the Mini 3, Mini 4 compared to the Mavic 3. He says, you know, the Minis do great for social media because of the size of the screen and everything else. But he said when you start blowing this stuff up to TV size or, you know, larger format, say you shot something and it puts on a billboard, he says the footage starts falling apart. Both video and still shots start falling apart at the higher look. Like I say, even though these minis boast of shooting 48 megapixel, which is only actually a 12 megapixel, which has been digitally enhanced to be 48. Like
well, it uses quad bear. Yeah,
it uses that quad bear technology, which has been around since the I forget who was the first drone that did that. I think it was the Mavic Air 2.
Yeah,
first one did a quad bear, something like that. And he says just the quality of the shot starts falling apart when you start, you know, the side, when you start using it on a different size platform and everything. He said,
you want to crop.
Right, you want to crop in, all that kind of stuff, it starts to deteriorate.
Yeah.
The quality falls off. But he said, you know, that's what he said that, you know, for social media, where people see it on their phones, tablets, things of that nature.
Yeah, because
the minis
good
work
because
great.
you can do the vertical with the camera and
right,
that sort of thing.
Right. He said that it works good, but like I said, when you start looking at something on a larger scale, those have their limits.
The average person does not notice. What matters
it's a
more
social
than
media drone, isn't it?
What matters more is your composition.
Yeah. I'm looking at a real-time test right now. I put that same Mini 3 Pro video on my 65-inch. I'll tell you in a minute. So far, it looks all right. But I'm going to be honest with you. It looks all right because I'm looking at the seagulls on the jetty, and they're all individual dots, so they're all pretty clear.
Yeah, people
when I
who
get to the sailboat,
would notice
I know,
would
but
be
I'm closer to the
pixel
sailboat.
scrutinizers. People who just really get in at the pixel level and just. But the average person, it's more about the shot.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how many movies back in the day you see that were shot that they had to rely on crappier film stock that showed a ton of grain, depending on the application they were using. Look at the opening scene of The Shining. It's not the cleanest of movie quality that you had at the time, but it's still an epic shot.
That looks good. Looks good. I'm looking at the orbits around the sailboats. And I mean, it's very sharp and very clear. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think, the best, and this, you disagree, the best video or picture that I could take is with the Air 2S. I think the Air 2S gives me a better quality. It looks
now, if you're going to be messing around with, recoloring and grading stuff for a specific look, then you might start seeing some issues. But if you're looking for just a straight image.
Yeah.
Well, the Air 2S gives you native 20 megapixel, doesn't it?
I think so. And like the Mavic 3 is beautiful, beautiful camera. I can see when I shoot with that how it looks. The sharpness and everything, the details. But I'm looking right now, like I said, now I got a Sony 65-inch TV. That could be helping it too, But it doesn't look like it's. I mean, they got a boat leaving. I'm following a boat and I'm watching the waves rolling, and you're seeing the separation in the colors and everything.
Hello, Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill.
But
Uncle Bill.
my choice would be, if I had to, just because of the stability, would be the Mavic 3. out there because of just the stability with the motor, the strength of it, and that 1 4/3 or whatever is the Hasselblad. And then see, I'm looking at an image right now that tells me there's nothing wrong with this image. Going around another sailboat by the harbor, and I mean it was spot on clear. Yeah, but like I said, I have seen the difference when I've shot some of the things with the Air 2S, and I just like the technology in that better. I think it looks good. That's why I'm so glad that when I sent it back to get that gimbal, they sent me a new one. So I've got like 12 lights on it. And I'm actually probably by the end of the year, if I could find another one reasonable, in a $400 or $500 range and like a refurbished, I might grab one just to keep it.
Bill is still sick.
Oh, I told you, Bill.
But Dre, I use the Mini 3 Pro primarily now, just when I go out and do press work, and I want to have it just in case I want to do a top-down shot or something.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, when you're doing what's the term I'm looking for, Don? B-roll. Yeah, it's excellent for that. When you're doing this B-roll shots, which are only going to be on the screen for maybe 2 to 5 seconds tops, is excellent.
So y'all remember the movie Pretty Woman?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They had the guy that walked down the street all the time hollering, "Welcome to Hollywood," like this.
Yeah.
At the end of my thing, sailboats, they've got a guy walking that looks just like him, and I'm doing a droney, and he's looking back at me, and the way he did it, when I saw it, the first thing I thought was, "Welcome to Hollywood." I showed it to my son, and he said, "Man, that is exact what you said. It looked just like it." The way he was just kind of walking and looking back. And then yesterday I flew out by the point, by Sunset Point, and as I'm coming back down along the land, they got a guy sitting in a lawn chair out there, and I looked at it twice. Man, it looked like Bernie Sanders sitting in that chair. Just like I had to go back and put a little thing in it. Is that Bernie Sanders? I had to do it. It looked just like him. He was slumped over, had his arms crossed, looked like he was sleeping or dead, one or the other. Now I'm wondering about the Avata. They got that pickleball area where they got these fountains. What if I fly through the fountains if it's going to affect that Avata too much?
What do you mean by fly through the fountains? Get wet or just what?
Well, not get as wet as I could get, but at least try to get in between some of it.
Never know till you try. Anytime you talk about water and drones, that's a it's a 50-50 shot. 50% you'll make it through. 50% get wet and go down.
Yeah, they've actually got some gaps I could get through in it because of the way it spreads out.
Joe.
Yeah.
You just want to send it in to get a new one, ain't it? That's what it is.
Well, I got a new one, but it's not the point. I got two of them, but it's not the point.
But you want to send one of them in to get. You know what's gonna happen, man. Come on.
Well, I went around it the other day, and I was within inches of the water, but I didn't go through it. But I'm looking at it, and there's enough gaps that if I pay attention to it and I go right through it, I can get between a bunch of the things. But I would hate to have to go wading in that thing. I don't know how deep it is.
I'm gonna repeat what you just said at the beginning of all that. You went around it yesterday, not through it. That's why you came home with your drone.
That's right. I still have two of them.
Right. So we only gonna have one tomorrow, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not flying there again today.
I'll
tell you what. I tell you what, I was flying. There's a bunch of trees there.
You're gonna test the waters, aren't you?
No, hell not.
You're gonna test the waters.
Well, you've got two Avatas, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, but that won't justify to me. It won't do it.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all have a code. Y'all have FPV code. Just send it, Joe.
Oh, hell no. I don't just send it. I'll tell people to just send it.
Well, you got the bridge video to prove it.
Yeah. I sent it then. That was close enough. You know, but you ever
Yeah,
notice when you're flying FPV and you're going between trees, there's always one of them that reaches out a little bit and gets close.
Can't say
And
that I
that tree, I'm telling you, that tree moved.
yeah.
I don't know how that works, man.
I mean,
I'm not
just
that-
how
I'm not
deep
that
is that
brave yet.
pool that those fountains are in? Is
I've been told by too many pilots that you are not an FPV pilot until you crash. I have no intentions of crashing, so I don't think I'm ever gonna go messing with it.
Well, I have
I
crashed,
don't want
but
to
not
crash.
bad enough.
I don't want to crash.
Yeah, I've probably put the Avata down about 8 times, but it's never been bad enough to really tear up anything. Got a couple little nick scratches, like lines on it, but not really scratches even.
Mhm.
Well, the one time that I was flying out by Fontainebleau Park, they had a big metal sculpture, and I was going around and looked at the sculpture 3 or 4 times and said, if I come in on an angle, there's a lot of room. So I went around it again and did a couple little spins around different areas, and I came back through it, and I'm going through it about 15 miles an hour. And I came in on an angle and I said, yeah, I got it lined up perfect. And as I go through it, right when I got through it, all of a sudden I get a flash. It's a sensor like that. I couldn't read what it said. Just I saw an orange flash going there, and then that sucker all of a sudden just took a turn to the up and turned to the right and smacked into the sculpture. Went rolling around. I said, "You got to be kidding me!" So it had to be something to do with that metal that threw it up completely wanky, you know.
This the same one where you want to fly through the water?
That was yeah, that's the same drone.
Yeah. Say bye. Say bye-bye. You already know you got some kind of interference over there, and you want to fly through there with the water. All right. Here's what I love. Here's what I love about you, Joe. We gonna hear about it.
Well, they keep trying to get me. Rod keeps trying to get me to go through that tugboat with it, and I said, "Hell no, that's not happening." Johnny says he'll fly through the tugboat if he could use my drone.
Yeah.
I tell him, "Hell no."
So basically, you got some people trying to talk you into doing dumb shit.
I will not be peer.
Okay.
I will not be peer
Now
pressured.
now I'm understanding. Okay, it's making sense now.
Yeah, Johnny's flying acro now, doing all the flips and that. And every time he's showing it, he said, "Come on, Joe." I said, "I will not be peer pressured. It does not what I want to do with it." But he sure hasn't offered to let me try it with his, huh?
He said he would do it with your drone.
Yeah,
that's right. But he won't let me do it with his. So that tells me something. No, we were out at the tugboat a couple months back, and the intention was we were going to fly through that open cab up there. And I went over there with it and just kind of hovered around and looked at it. And I told Johnny, I said, "No, I'm not going through it." I said, "If you look real good, we couldn't see it from where we were. But when you got right up on it with the Avata where you could hover." Actually, I think I had the Mavic 3. I brought it in. I was hovering around with the Mavic 3 just to kind of look at it on the inside. Mm-hmm. And there's actually 5 wires hanging down from the roof in there. And you know how wires are. You don't see them till the last second.
Yeah.
So it was like, I said, well, if you come in, I came in from the back and looked. And I said, if you come in from the back, there's one in the middle, then there's 2 on each side. and the one in the middle is more to the left. I said, so if you come in a little bit off center, you could guide it right through. With the Avata, you don't have to worry about anything grabbing because it's all shielded. And I said, yeah, I might try it. So I came around the back, and when I started to come up to it, the wind picked up a little bit, and it said high wind warning. I said, no. So I backed off, and I said, no, I'm not. That's telling me I shouldn't go through it. Yeah, and about 10 minutes later, a bird came out of there. So there might be a nest up in there too. So that's all we need is to be in the middle of it, and the bird come fly and hit the drone.
Well, like I said, all that noise from that Nevada, it definitely gonna come out.
Yeah, and then we gotta get somebody with a boat to get us out to the tugboat so we can climb in this old rusty thing to go find the Nevada.
Wait a minute, this was recently?
Oh yeah, this is about a month ago. About a month and a half ago, maybe.
Right, I gotta go, guys.
Okay, Rob.
Some
Hey,
stuff to do.
thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah,
Later,
no worries.
Rob.
Be good, everyone. I'll try and catch you all later.
Okay, sounds good.
See you later, Rob.
See you all.
It's too cold to be playing with a drone over water a month ago.
Yeah, it was. That's what Johnny said. He said, Joe, you know it's gonna be cold walking out there.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's only about 3 feet of water to the tugboat. And I said, yeah, it's gonna be real cold getting out to that tugboat. But that was also the same day that there was a boat coming through kind of fast, and I came around the tugboat, saw it, so I took off after the boat, and I'm concentrating on getting to the point where I could make a roll around the tugboat, and I'm looking up and I'm watching my lights turn red on the bottom of the screen, and I glance down and look at it, and I'm about 2.5 feet off the water. I was dropping in altitude and wasn't paying attention to it. I was using a motion controller. So I just kind of leveled it off, went around a little bit, and came back up. But I was getting close enough that the wake from the boat would have probably been pretty close to where the drone was. That wouldn't have been fun either.
Morning, all.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it
What are you going to call it?
11:15.
No, it's only 8:15 here. You got a couple hours.
Yeah, it's only 10:15.
Well, Dre, if you want to keep going, Dre, well, I can just let you keep going.
Oh, your clock is wrong.
No.
I'm gonna jump off too.
It'll push me a little forward to get what I need to get done.
There you go. Okay, Dre. Hey, thanks for coming in. Jonathan, you take care. Mark, Donald, have a good day. Good luck with that editing. And Joe, we'll see you all later.
Yep. See you later.
Later.
Much
Bye
love
for
to the panel and community.